All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, we are back again on the other side of the coin. Oh, this is fun. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, transfer time is exciting. It just brings out the best out of all of us. Yeah, we can argue and this and that, but at the end of the day, it's excitement. That's what it is. So I'm going to try and be as active as I can. Obviously, Ishan has been joining me on a regular basis. We are the Beta Fabrizio Romano and Jan Age Voitoft in this particular channel. We want to bring you guys the latest news, collate all the news that's been circulating, and then bring it to you guys. And then we can have a good discussion, see what the live chat's about, saying as well, and interact with style. So look, obviously we did a stream on Erling Haaland yesterday, but that was news that was circulating for the past 24 hours. Nothing has changed from that perspective, but some new developments have happened. So we want to bring that to you guys and give you guys a feel as to what has happened since then, so you guys are well informed. And we want to talk about Tammy Abraham, because this looks legitimate. The whole Tammy Abraham situation, apparently the move to West Ham, ex-employee West Ham, is a particular account in Twitter who's well connected with not just West Ham news, but he also knows a lot of Chelsea news. So when he's saying, you better listen. But yeah, before we get that, the whole show rock and rolling, live chat, we've got nearly 30 people already. You guys are the best, honestly. Yesterday we had close to 300. Today I'm hoping it's going to be a similar turnout. Smash the like button while you're here. If you're enjoying this particular channel, you're enjoying the content that's coming out, you're enjoying the duo, the Fabrizio Romano and Jan Age Voitoft B-Tech version. If you're enjoying it, smash the like button. But yeah, Ishan, my boy, how you doing?
Nah, I'm not. I'm no more Ishan. I'm Fabrizio Romano. Like, and you're Jan Age Voitoft.
Fabrizio, how you doing?
Yeah, I am doing good. It is transfer season. No, it's exciting. Every day is bringing new news, and it's exciting to talk about all of these stuffs going on.
Brilliant. Shout out to the live chat, man. As I said, Sudarshan, without a fail, he's here every day he's here. I love it. Yusuf is here every day. Wavy Nash, I've seen you around, so thank you for coming along again. We've got Declared, my man Declared, my Aussie brother is here. Football Style, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for joining. Aldo is here. Surbajoti Roy is here. This is brilliant. Waz is here. Roby is here. Let's get the show started. Anirudh is here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this ball rock and rolling. Let's bring out the first bit of news. Let's share the screen. We'll have a nice conversation regarding this. So the first bit of news, hopefully you guys can all see this. So Christian Falk, I do want to say something about Christian Falk, but I will say this afterwards. First of all, Christian Falk has tweeted literally a few hours ago saying, we asked Erling Haaland, are you staying at Borussia Dortmund, Mr. Haaland? He smiled and said nothing. I feel like if he was that confident that he's going to stay at Dortmund, you might as well just say it. You might as well say, no, I'm staying at Dortmund. Just like Lukaku did not that long ago. When asked, are you staying at, are you leaving or what are you doing? He said, no, I'm happy at Inter Milan. I'm staying at Inter Milan. He was quite bold about it. I don't see any reason why Erling Haaland needs to smile and not say anything and walk away. I mean, if you're staying, you say you're staying. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing from Christian Falk. I do want to just point out, he just recently tweeted out 30 minutes ago saying, true, Chelsea has asked Juventus for a transfer for Federico Chiesa, offered basis for negotiation, 100 million euros. Juventus has declined talks. Now, this is where I find Christian Falk very, very strange, because I can't take him seriously when he writes news like this, because let's be honest, we are not after Federico Chiesa. Should we be after him? 100% we should. But we are not after him. This is where I can't take him seriously. I do want to bring up this particular super chat. Phantom of Many Topics, thank you so much for the super chat. How many more days until Haaland goes to London, mate? I wouldn't be surprised if it's within the next couple of weeks. Seriously, the way the news is moving, preseason is upon us. So I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, max by the end of this month, because if it's not by the end of this month, we've got games coming up in preseason against Arsenal, Spurs, and then the Villarreal Super Cup. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, Villarreal Super Cup, Erling Haaland starts as a striker for us, and he has the opportunity to win a silverware with us straight away, which is unbelievable. Before I go to Ishan, I just want to give you guys more of this Erling Haaland news, then we can get onto this a little bit more before we talk about Tammy Abraham. So Simon Phillips tweeted, which is straight from Sports Witness, which is another, I believe, a German-based publication, quite reliable about German news, obviously. Simon Phillips has tweeted, Chelsea want to guide Erling Haaland to London with a mega offer of 175 million euros, which is what we talked about yesterday. Haaland was stopped by the reporter Jörg Weiler, who asked, will you stay at Borussia Dortmund? Haaland thinks about it for a moment, then reacts with a big grin, but says nothing. This is pretty much what Christian Falk was saying. And then there was this one as well. Mino Raiola also responded with, there's nothing to say, when questioned on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my thought before I get Ishan's thought, and then before I start seeing what you guys have to say as well in live chat, see some of the comments that we can bring up. As I said, if you've got nothing to say and you're grinning and you're walking away and you're keeping silent, I feel this is done and dusted. I feel they know what's going on. I feel the works is getting done in the backside somewhere. There's even some recent rumors. I've just checked in Instagram and also in football Twitter that apparently, Roman Abramovich has released the funds. He has released the funds for this transaction to happen for 175 million euros. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But this has been floating around. For me, I think we are very close on this. I know there's some rumors that City can come in and hijack, but Jan Age Voitov said yesterday, and this is the source that I want to believe the most, Jan Age Voitov, is that he said there is no other club involved. There is absolutely no other club involved. Someone's writing Justice Enigua. Check Yen tweet just now, Ms. Let me have a look. But before I do that, Ishan, what's your thoughts on these couple of news that's been floating around today about Erling Haaland?
No, the progression is there. I think so. The progression is there. And talking about the grin, yes, it does say something, isn't it? I mean, the grin is something. It's like maybe.
I mean, why grin, right? Why grin? Why not just say no?
Yeah, exactly. He could have been, or maybe he's happy with the transfer. Whatever is going to happen in the future, maybe he's happy, and that's why he's grinning. But then, yes, if he was focused on one thing, he could have said straight away no, right? Just like you said, Romelu Lukaku had a straightforward no to the question: if he's leaving it or not. So Haaland didn't say that. So if it's a grin, then things are definitely going on at the back doors, behind the curtains. The things are definitely going on. And I think so it's close. It's very, very close. I'm really waiting to see what Jan Age Voitov has to say, in Fabrizio Romano's Twitch stream. Yeah. So we'll have to wait for that. And I think so by the time he says something, I'm not sure if that will be more evidently said by him, that if it's a yes or a no, but then still there will be some hints and some bits and bits that yes, this deal is going on in the closed door. So definitely it's a good sign.
No, 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tweet that Jan Age Voitov just tweeted, basically just saying that he's going to be obviously going to the Here We Go podcast. I think they're going to do it via Twitch, which is over here. I can see that it's via Twitch, which is at 6 p.m. Central European time. So I believe that will probably be 6 p.m. UK time as well. It's probably the same thing. Haaland, Odegaard, huge and more news together. So Haaland's going to be the big news. I'm probably not going to be up for that because that's going to be Sydney 1 a.m. That's going to be Sydney 3 a.m. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if you do hear the news, what's going on from there. Let me know how that goes, and in the comments when this stream finishes. Keep us all updated. I want to now just check out some of the comments before we go to the Tammy Abraham news. This one was a funny one. Ishan, Arsenal lost to Hibernian yesterday, which is funny.
Shit.
Arsenal started their pre-season and they lost to Hibernian, which, man, we're going for Haaland and these guys are losing to Hibernian, which is quite crazy.
There was one post where they showed that 2 to Hibernian and 1 to Arsenal, and there was Kolasinac in that, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Is Kolasinac still playing?
But he's got to go. He has to go. He has to go. I mean, look, who cares? I mean, it's Arsenal. It doesn't even matter whether he goes or not, or whatnot. We've got Roby saying, let's drop Chiesa. That's not going to happen. Look,
Agreed.
There's been literally no other journalist out there has been talking about it. Out of nowhere, Christian Falk, maybe for some likes and retweets, and he has got the likes and retweets of it, probably just did this. There's no way Chiesa is leaving. These Italian players, they generally don't leave Italy. Locatelli's first choice is Juventus. I know Arsenal is in and around there, but he's not looking to go there. So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, this whole Haaland news seems very, very exciting, man. Hopefully it's coming to fruition, and we get this done very, very soon. Now, let's talk about the Tammy Abraham news, Ishan. I want to bring this up first of all. I really want to talk about this quite a bit because this is an interesting one we haven't touched on for a little while. Obviously, Tammy Abraham, Ishan, he's back in training, and we've seen some footages of Tammy Abraham in the training camp. Looks quite good. He seems happy. He's hugging Thomas Tuchel. For a second, I thought, have they patched up things together? I don't know. But then again, we are going for Haaland. And we say if, it is probably not even if anymore. It's when Haaland does come. I think Tammy Abraham, that's, if we didn't think that it was lights out for Tammy Abraham last season, it's 100% lights out as soon as Haaland lands. And I'm pretty sure Tammy Abraham even knows this. He probably knows Haaland's already signed up with Chelsea and he's looking for a club. So, look, Tammy Abraham, this is the latest that's come out. As I said, ex-West Ham employee who is so well connected with West Ham and so well connected actually with Chelsea as well. Very well known for Chelsea news. The quote that's come out is Tammy Abraham is said to be keen on a move to West Ham. He's friends with Declan Rice and other members of the squad. He also wants to stay in London. David Moyes likes Tammy Abraham a lot, and a move for him is expected within the next few weeks. Now, before I get to Ishan, just want to look at this super chat. Fans of many topics, thank you once again for the super chat. When do Arsenal play Chelsea women's? Do you know what? Chelsea women probably beat Arsenal men's team.
Yes.
Man, Emma Hayes is doing some madness over there with the coaching, so I wouldn't put it past that one bit. Ishan, let's talk about this Tammy Abraham situation. Obviously, he's been on the outer. Thomas Tuchel doesn't fancy him one bit. This move to West Ham, I like it. I think this is fair enough. Now, the quote that was given, he's friends with Declan Rice and other members of the squad. Initially, I thought, does that mean Declan Rice is staying? I don't understand. If you're going to West Ham because of, let's say, Declan Rice and mates, but if Declan Rice leaves, what happens then? Do you know what I mean? Declan Rice ends up coming to Chelsea and you're going that way. So what's your initial thoughts about this news?
No, I thought that the first thing that I thought that if these lot can slap £100 million price tag for Declan Rice in our face, we can definitely slap at least a 50 or a 60 million pound price tag for Tammy Abraham, right? And also the English tax and all those stuff.
He bangs in goals. He bangs goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's young. He's a talented player, talented striker. He's a proven Premier League striker, and he's got the goals in his CV to show that. Listen, I know how to score goals in Premier League, and I've done that against the big teams here. So he wherever he's going to go, he's going to become a big asset. Unfortunately, in Chelsea, he's not getting his gaming time, and if he moves out to West Ham, I'll be happy enough. But the thing is, if Declan Rice is costing a near about 100 million, this guy should not leave below 50 million by any means, right? And if that's the
100%.
case, I think so. West Ham would be reluctant a little bit to say that, okay, if that's 50 million and maybe some add-ons or clauses or whatever the case is, we might need to think about Declan Rice. If Chelsea approaches Declan Rice, then what about a swap deal or an exchange deal or whatever that may sound? So that is a possibility. But then
like a
again,
cash plus player deal, cash plus player.
cash plus player deal and all those stuff, the combinations with whatever you can count. But the thing is, if Chelsea is going all out on Erling Haaland, it'll be very difficult for me to understand the fact that Chelsea also want to sign Declan Rice. I know that we are capable of doing that, and it's not that we would be struggling financially and all those stuff. Absolutely not. We are definitely capable of doing that financially, and even talk about any other factors, we're definitely capable. But the thing is, I'm not sure will they actually do it. It's not always just about the financials. It's about also the balance that we talk about, the team balance and everything. We have so many players to let go of from our team. It's just not about buying and buying. We also need to sell so many players. And also, if we invest so much in Haaland, and West Ham is not even reducing even a single penny when it comes to Declan Rice, it becomes a little bit argumentable that, listen, are Chelsea going to take back a Cobham boy, an academy boy, for that much? So that's the question. Or else, I don't think so. There's going to be any sort of financial problem. We are more than capable of buying both these players at one point of time. But just the thing is that if we're going all out on Haaland, Declan Rice, the deal and negotiation becomes a little bit weak. Maybe if we go all out on Haaland, I think so the Xiaomeni deal and the negotiations becomes more sensible at this point of time rather than Erling Haaland. But then if West Ham wants Tammy Abraham, and which seems very much evident now that they do want Tammy Abraham, and Tammy Abraham is out to leave Chelsea, then comes a question that there might be a Declan Rice inclusion in this negotiation. So it'll be interesting to see if Declan Rice is included in this negotiation, or maybe Tammy Abraham leaves to West Ham just on a cash deal, or maybe there's another news for you guys, which is reported by Transfer Market Web. I'm not sure the frequency of the reliability, but it says that Arsenal might be also interested in Tammy Abraham and battle West Ham United for the striker. The Gunners may have to make a massive adjustments to the squad to accommodate the Chelsea frontman, something they were willing to do this window. So here's another thing. This has just come out. We also know the fact that Tammy Abraham had a few links with the German squad, the German clubs, few German clubs. So that's also a possibility. So if the thing is he's there out for sale, it's not just for West Ham or an Aston Villa, it's for everybody. Whoever comes with a bigger offer, a better offer, Tammy Abraham goes there. And it's not like he cannot move out of the country. He's young, he can do that. He need to develop himself and learn more. So I don't see any problem if he wants to go to Germany or Italy or any other club. So every option is possible for Tammy Abraham. But the thing, the weight now has inclined more to West Ham, a little bit Aston Villa, and Arsenal also have popped up, out of nowhere. So let's see what happens about time.
100%, man. I mean, for me, once again, if we say that we want to believe Jan Age Voitov for the Haaland news, which we should because he's so close, we probably need to believe ex-West Ham employee because he is damn close to everything that West Ham does. He was the one who broke the Edouard Mendy the news to the Chelsea fan base. He was the first one to break that, and we ended up getting Edouard Mendy. This is also, I've seen this float around from Spandan Chobe. He's commented, a bid for Rice is also expected within the few weeks. I saw this floating around as well, this particular news. But I have to say, this news, the Rice expected bid, as Ishan said, I think there has to be something with Declan Rice. I don't think that we're just going to be selling Tammy Abraham to West Ham and then not expect any other sort of negotiations to happen. I think Tammy Abraham is going to be part of this whole bigger sort of situation where we are looking for Declan Rice as well. And as I said many a times in this channel to you guys as well, whether we like it or not, you guys know my stance. I think there are other options available than Declan Rice. But Thomas Tuchel seems to fancy Declan Rice. That's his number one choice. So he's won the Champions League. We have to give the brother the opportunity to buy who he wants to buy. He wanted Haaland. Hopefully he's getting Haaland. He wants Declan Rice. Hopefully he gets that. That's all I can say. I can have an opinion that there are other players better than Haaland. Better than Declan Rice, but it is what it is. So with the whole Declan Rice thing, I mean, Ishan, you're right. I don't think we are going to spend 150 million pounds on Haaland and then also spend 80 million on Declan Rice. That whole situation with Tammy. For me, Tammy Ishan has to be at least 45 million pounds. At least.
True.
I mean, even then, I think that's a bit of a bargain because he's English, Premier League experience now, scored 15 Premier League goals or 16 Premier League goals the season before last season. Even last season under Thomas Tuchel, he didn't feature much. He still had 6 Premier League goals or something like that, which is insane. It's like equal for all the matches that he hasn't played. So we know that he's capable, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. Phantom of many topics. Once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Tammy's girlfriend loves to stay in London, so there's another factor right there. I didn't know that, but I think Tammy Abraham himself wants to stay in London. So, the whole West Ham situation makes sense. Ishan, I want to ask you, man. Tammy Abraham to West Ham, I feel like he's going to do well. I feel like the way West Ham plays, which is, generally with a target man with, who's the guy that they have now? Antonio. So they like to play with a target man. I think Tammy Abraham will suit that. They've got some ballers in that team. Saeed Ben Rahman, hopefully he'll get some minutes next season to showcase his talent. They've got that Jared Bowen player who's a fantastic winger. I don't know whether they're going to re-sign Lingard. I'm not really sure. Even if they don't, I'm pretty certain they'll find someone else. Souček, Declan Rice, very strong in midfield. I mean, what do you think? Are you going to be surprised if Tammy Abraham bangs in the goals next season?
No, absolutely not. And that's what we've been talking in the show, right? Tammy Abraham, whichever team he goes, especially in the mid-table teams like West Ham or Aston Villa, it's going to be perfect for him. He'll get all the gaming time of his life, and then he can really develop himself. He's got really some good talent, just like you said, in the West Ham. With the likes of Declan Rice, if Declan Rice stays, and you have got Thomas Souček, we've got Gerard Bowen, also Mikel Antonio. The thing with Antonio is he's injury prone nowadays, so maybe that's why West Ham are more concentrated to buy a striker, and Tammy Abraham fits the best. We know how much West Ham likes tall build players. Just look at their defense line; it's horrific. The amount of tall guys and strong guys they have, with the likes of Ben Mee and the others. So definitely Tammy Abraham is a very good fit, and he'll learn. The most important thing for me is that Tammy Abraham should get gaming time wherever he goes. The prime factor for me is he should go out and get some gaming time, get the fullest that he wants to play. He's probably wasted a lot of gaming time in Chelsea the past season, and he could have, if he was in a different team, he could have outshone his talent and really improved a lot. But he couldn't in Chelsea, so I don't think so. He should be staying at all. Also, knowing the fact that we are getting heavy links on Haaland, maybe even in the previous season we're having those links with Erling Haaland, and maybe he knew the fact that there are some heavy links with Haaland, and that's maybe exactly why he did not sign a new contract. So that also might be one reason. We do not know the exact reason. So Tammy Abraham hasn't been signing a new contract for long now. And that might be one of the reasons that he knows that our club is getting linked with Erling Haaland, and the links are very evident and quite heavy. So he might not have a chance. Also knowing the fact that there's already Giroud, the likes of Kai Havertz also can switch on and play as a forward or maybe a false nine. So there's already a Timo Werner who might be a failed centre forward at this point of time, but then still his proper position is the number 9 that he'd like to play. So Timo Werner knew, Tammy Abraham knew that his time is, I mean, closing to an end in Chelsea, and I think so. He according to him and his own career, he made a good decision, and I think so. In West Ham, he'll definitely perform. I just want him to get more gaming time comparatively to Mikel Antonio. I don't want to see, or else if David Moyes want to play both of these guys together, even that works for me.
Maybe possibly they could possibly play. But bottom line, David Moyes will like a player like Tammy Abraham. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a very much a David Moyes kind of striker. The lone sort of guy up front. Maybe they can even play with Antonio. So now this prospect definitely looks good.
Also, looking the fact that Jesse Lingard is going back to Man U, right? And then West Ham is. I don't think so. West Ham will be able to buy Jesse Lingard out of Man United's clutches, because United won't let go Jesse Lingard after that performance last season.
You never know. They did get them. They did get Sancho. So I mean, does he have a spot?
Yeah, I mean, there were some interview from Man United, some officials. They said that Lingard is in our plans, so maybe they might keep eventually go on and keep Jesse Lingard, and I don't think so. Even if they send, I think so it'll be another loan season for Lingard. But I'll be very reluctant to the fact that they'll be selling Jesse Lingard after that blistering performance in the later stage of the last season. So if Lingard, point of the matter is if Lingard does not stay in West Ham for the next season, so there's already an option there, right? And already a vacant space there where Tammy Abraham can go and fill in, and not specifically in the number 10 position, but the thing is they can actually play two number 10s, or two number 9s, or maybe one number 9 and one second striker, or a false 9, whatever you want to call. So I think so he has a good option and a good chance in West Ham.
Yeah, man, 100%. And the fact that West Ham let go of Sebastian Haller as well last season, I think he ended up leaving in January. I think it was a loan, and now it's probably a permanent with Ajax. I'm not really sure how much salaries or wages they were paying Sebastian Haller, but obviously that probably is out of their books now. Once again, whether it's a loan or a permanent, I'm not really sure. Tammy, as you said, a good point about Tammy that you said, Ishan, was he didn't re-sign with us probably because of the salary package, and obviously knowing that we are looking for another striker, but we always knew that the salary was a bit of an issue, because he always, there was always that rumor that he was getting paid less than Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he's done more, so he wants to get paid more. Now, that's the thing, whether he can actually get that type of money in West Ham, that's going to be interesting to see. But I think players like Haller and whoever else, if they leave, I'm sure they can manage some sort of budget for Tammy. But then again, apparently Declan Rice has the same situation in West Ham, Ishan, that he's not getting enough money. He didn't want to re-sign as well, because Yarmolenko was on 180,000 or something like that, and Declan Rice wanted to get paid more than Yarmolenko. This is what I'm a bit worried about, whether Tammy Abraham can find the personal terms agreement with West Ham. Can they actually pay him? Because Tammy would be asking for a bit of money. I'm pretty sure Tammy would be asking for at least 150, 180k pounds a week. Whether West Ham can do that's something to talk about. But the reason I just saw this particular comment that I want to bring up. Luke Welsh, thanks so much for this comment. Giroud has gone to Milan. Yeah, that's very imminent. Apparently, the medical is ready for Friday or Thursday. So this is going to happen. Tammy Abraham seems to be on the move. So we definitely need a striker, and that's why we are so heavily linked with Haaland. Someone said here, I think Roby commented that apparently he saw somewhere that the personal terms are not agreed. Oh, here we go. This one. Jan-Age Foytov said today on ESPN that personal terms have not been agreed yet. This is concerning news. I find that strange, because there's been a lot of outlets that said that personal terms have been agreed. So I'm pretty sure even Jan-Age Foytov has. See, this is the thing. Journalists, they know how to sell their news. They know what they need to do. They change the wording around and whatnot to basically sell their product pretty much. But I mean, Ishan, just on that personal terms, right, for Haaland,
Yeah.
that should not be an issue. One, but I've never heard a Chelsea player, new player that we've acquired, that there's been issue with personal terms. I
Yeah.
mean, we should be able, if we can pay someone like Kalamatanadoy 120,000 a week pounds, who barely plays, generally comes off the bench. I
Yeah.
don't think personal terms should be a problem, right?
Yes, I mean we've been hearing about hundreds and hundreds of news about regarding this personal terms being agreed, and it's not just now. It's been flowing from months now. So and Jan coming up and saying that it's not been agreed. It's kind of surprising and confusing at the same time, because this is the only point where we've been confident with from past few months that, listen, the personal terms have been agreed, and the only thing that is left are the clauses and the talks with Borussia Dortmund, and also the transfer fee and all those stuff. But if he comes up and says that personal terms haven't been agreed, then what do you mean? I mean, we're still at zero. I mean, nothing, absolutely nothing. That's quite surprising, and it's hard to believe. But even he knows that there are talks going behind the doors, and there are definitely talks with Erling Haaland. In fact, the things goes like there has to be talks with Erling Haaland first, right, and then Borussia Dortmund next.
Exactly. The player has
So-
to accept that, yeah, I'm keen to move. Then
Yeah,
you start
exactly.
talking to the club. You don't talk to the club, and then the player's like, I don't want to move. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, true. So exactly that's the thing. You as a club, as a manager, or as a any executive that you hire players in your club, you actually first of all talk to the player and talk about your project, talk about your manager, talk about the players you have, and talk about the vision that your club is in for the next few years or so. Just check whether the player that you want to bring is keen or not to join your team. Once he says yes, that's the point when you start approaching that club, right? And that's the point when you start saying to the player that you also have some talks with your club, and you also have some talks with
Exactly.
your agent.
Exactly.
That's how the negotiations go. So the club and club, both the club talks to each other. Once that is done, then we go to the other clauses and the negotiations and all those stuff. So that's how it happens. And the personal terms agreed means the first step, right? That you talk to a
Yeah.
player. You
I'm
tell
pretty
your
sure
fans,
that's done. I'm pretty sure
that
that's
has
done.
to be done.
Yeah.
That
Or
has
else
to
we
be
can't
done.
be so advanced at 175 million euros and all of
Exactly.
that numbers. That has to be already been done.
Also, the bidding, we've already heard the news yesterday that the financials has been given away by Roman Abramovich, has been prepared. We were starting to prepare the financials for this negotiation regarding Erling Haaland. So without the first step being the personal terms getting agreed, it'll be foolish to just bring up all the cash. Listen, we're bringing Haaland without being personal terms getting agreed. I don't think so that should be the case. But then also one thing that we should think about this, Miss, is on which context is Yanage Fotov saying personal terms. I mean, personal terms in his context might
Or
be
the
different.
Mino Raiola sort of side of context, maybe.
Exactly my point.
And,
So
and
personal
Alfie
terms are
Haaland,
different things.
the father as well.
Alfie Haaland, there is a lot of commission. There is, the
Yeah,
clauses.
yeah, yeah. Smart.
Maybe those are the things that you would want to call it as a personal terms. So in our language, in our European terms, that we call as personal terms agreed, that means just a one-to-one talk with the player, right? And the player wanting to join your club. That's what personal terms mean. But maybe in Yanage Fotov's context or perception, personal terms means all those clauses and the agent fees and the commission, all those stuff. So that if that's his context, I believe that it's not been discussed or it's not been decided yet. It's quite believable. But if he was asked that, listen, personal term means just whether Haaland knows the project and wants to join Chelsea, he would have definitely said yes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to come back to this particular comment. This is a superb comment from Thomas Hyde. I will come back to this because I saw something else which I need to talk to the live chat and Ishan about. This comment here from Declared, and there's another one from Anirudh, which I'll get to. declared saying Griezmann's name has been thrown around at Chelsea. Imagine him on a cheap deal plus Haaland. Crazy. And then Anirudh said, at the other side of the coin, thoughts on Chelsea bringing Griezmann on loan and then bringing Haaland next season. Okay. This news, I was actually talking to Ishan yesterday. I wanted to do a full-on separate episode on this, a show, because I feel very strongly about this, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to elaborate heaps on it. I still want to do this show with Ishan sometime down the track, because it's the whole Barcelona situation and whatnot. Here's the thing. I don't know how many of you guys know this. Check out Hugh Weezy. Hugh Weezy is one of the Arsenal football content maker, YouTube content maker. Absolute genius of a content maker. I love his videos, the way he constructs it, the way he delivers it. Brilliant, brilliant. Check out, you know what? In fact, 1 second. I'm gonna drop the link. I want you guys all to see this. Let me just see if I can bring this up. Give me 1 second, because I do wanna give you guys a bit of a context. So, and the best way to do the context is to be able to give you guys, yeah, okay, let me just see if I can drop this link. Just bear with me, guys. Okay. All right, so, okay, I'm gonna drop the link. All right, so I've just dropped the link in live chat. That's Hugh Weezy's, one of the recent videos that he's done on Antoine Griezmann, right? That video that I just dropped for you guys, that's actually part 2. Check out part 1 as well, which has got Ousmane Dembele. Now, let me just share a little bit of story. So back in 2019, both Ousmane Dembele and Griezmann, they were in a hotel room playing their PS4 or whatever, and they were playing football. And they couldn't work out the electrical side of things, and they called up the staff of the hotel to help them out. And they literally were being racist to the staff member who was from an Asian background. They were laughing, they were giggling. Ousmane Dembele was, the quotes, he was saying it in French, obviously, but they translated it. He was quoted to say, look at this ugly Asian guy, da-di-da-di-da, look at his face, this and that. Griezmann was saying the same thing. Griezmann then was also caught in another situation where he was being racist to another Asian member, where he was speaking in an Asian accent and mocking the Asian accent. And they were just doing this like as if it didn't matter. Like it did not matter one bit, that it was a very normal thing to do, and mocking and being racist towards Asians like it was just any other day, right? Just recently, Rakuten, the Barcelona sponsors, they apparently stopped their sponsorship personally with Griezmann. So I think it was, I don't know if it was Rakuten, I think it was Konami, the FIFA people that makes the game.
Konami, it's PES, Pro Evolution Soccer.
PES, PAS, yeah, PES, Konami. And I think the boys, Dembele and Griezmann, were playing PES as well. So Konami, they had a sponsorship with Griezmann before that, but they canceled that sponsorship off the back of this whole racism thing that's come out. So guys, I don't care whether this guy is going to be on a cheap and what the particular mess that Barcelona's in at the moment with their wage bill, that they have to skim down at least 200 million of it, and maybe we can pick up some of the cheaper players. I definitely don't want it to be Griezmann. All the racism issues that's been happening over the last few days off the back of England losing in Euros and all the craziness that has happened, there is no way we can support purchasing Griezmann. There is no way we can support that. This guy has been caught for being racist. And I don't want our club to be part of this at all. So that's my perspective. But I do want to do a whole video, hopefully with Ishan, where we break down the whole Barcelona situation, which is insane. They can't even register their new players. So that's a little bit about that. But yeah, as I said, we'll touch on that on another different stream. I want to go back to that particular comment. Here we go. Ishan, I really want to talk about this comment because this was quite important. Thomas Ide said, Abraham's Chelsea career were finished as soon as Tuchel decided that goal scoring was not a trait that he values in a striker. I wish the best of luck, success in his future endeavors. I don't know whether Thomas is being subliminal here. Like, I hope he is. I hope he's got that subtle sort of message that he's trying to say. But what I'm trying to pick out from here, Ishan, is that Thomas Tuchel, yes, you value a striker. Yes, you definitely value a striker who can finish and be clinical. But I think Thomas Tuchel is looking more than that. I think he's looking for a striker that is capable of pressing, that is capable of linking up, that is capable of dropping deep sometimes, that is capable of clever movements, that is capable of setting up, that is capable of being fluid in the front three, that you don't have to be just penciled there, that you can move around and swap every now and then. I mean, this is a very important point. I don't think Abraham was fluid enough up front, because when Tammy Abraham played, there's no way he's going to play on the right side or the left side. So he was always stuck in the middle. And his movement wasn't always clever. I mean, do you think this is probably one of the issues why he's missed out with Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, you've said it all, Miss, and I think so perfectly said by you that, Tammy Abraham is a striker that we all have a perception that he's a target man, and he might be a target man. That must be his target, his specialization. But also one thing is that he's 6'5" and he's not a good header. So I mean, how can you justify the target man?
That just annoys me how he can't head the ball.
Yeah. So there are lots of things that Thomas Tuchel, we all know he's a demanding guy. He's a demanding manager. He wants all his players to give 100% every time they go in the pitch. They want 100% out of them and nothing less. Tammy Abraham is a striker that we all know he's been scoring goals, but that's what Thomas Tuchel said, that just scoring goals is not enough for me. In my team, you have to be an all-round center forward and not just a target man center forward.
And you know what, Ishan, in this day and age, if you want to compete in every competition and you want to be ruthless, there is no space for a player just doing one thing. You need to have multiple abilities in order to create a ruthless team.
True. Yeah, we've seen some very good defending teams. We've seen the likes of Man City. We've seen the likes of Real Madrid in Champions League. We've seen the likes of Atletico Madrid in Champions League. All these different teams have different set of abilities in their defense line, right? And to break that, all those defense line, to break the low blocks and to break different defense lines from different teams and different clubs and countries, you have to be versatile. Just as a center forward itself, you have to be very, very versatile. You need to know when you need to be a target man. You need to know when you need to drop back, just like Harry Kane is. You know what I mean? Just like the way Harry Kane is, just like the way Robert Lewandowski is. These two guys, we say, are the best two strikers in world football now, because they know the opponents really well. They know the situation that they're in. They know exactly when they need to drop down. They know exactly when to be a target man and reach to the positions where nobody else should be there. They know that they have the best striking ability in the team, and they have to reach to the positions where they can finish. And that's how you become a good striker with the likes of Lewandowski and Harry Kane. Tammy Abraham did not show that under Thomas Tuchel. He has a good ability of finishing. Hell, he's finished more goals than most of the guys in the group. But then there are things in the game that you'd like to see and say that no, maybe not. So we've got something else.
Yeah, some new stuff's coming up. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about this particular news tweet from Liam Toomey very recently, he's just tweeted this. Nearly 200 people live. Let's get the likes up to 100 at least, 150 minimum. The likes are still hanging around 60 or 55. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this stream, as I said, helps the channel out a lot, helps us to reach We are on the way to 6,000 subscribers. You guys are here on a daily basis supporting this channel. Hit the like button. As I said, it gives the exposure to the wider community out there. So if you're enjoying it, smash the like button right now.
Hit the smash button.
Hit the smash button. Hit the smash button. That's the remix these days from me. Hit the smash button. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed by Hersey. By the way, Hersey YouTube channel. I love your work, my man. Honestly, you're doing a madness for this channel. You provide all these, up-to-date comments, which is fantastic. He's saying Liam Toomey has tweeted something about Haaland. This is the tweet, which is, I find this very strange, Ishan. He's saying, so obviously Borussia Dortmund just tweeted 38 minutes ago, back in town with the Erling Haaland picture. Look, when I see a club, do you remember Bayer Leverkusen was doing this with Kai Havertz?
Yeah.
They were tweeting about Kai Havertz because they knew Havertz was leaving. They started, I suppose, messing around with the Chelsea fan base's mind a little bit. And I feel like Borussia Dortmund's doing the same thing. They know something's up. So now there's a picture of Erling Haaland and, him doing the thumbs up and he's saying back in town. Why Erling Haaland? I'm sure there's other players behind him.
Exactly.
Why Erling Haaland? Do you know what I mean? But we understand why Erling Haaland. But then Liam Toomey, this is the thing. Live chat, I told you guys yesterday, the Athletic, for some reason, they don't tend to think that this is actually as close to what we are sort of saying. Simon Johnson, a couple of days ago, wrote an article saying they haven't heard anything. They're still looking for alternatives in the likes of Lukaku and even Danny Ings. Danny Ings' name, Simon Johnson was throwing out. And now Liam Toomey, no indication yet that Haaland is inclined to push to leave Dortmund in this window. I mean, I don't know where these guys are getting the news. Like, are they not talking to Jan Age Voitoft? Like, I mean, Ishan, what's going on? Why is there such a division between the Athletic people and the Jan Age Voitoft and Fabrizio Romano? Like, it seems like Athletic wants to do their own, like, we're our own people. We're going to create our own agenda. Why are they doing this?
Maybe they've miscalculated and they're instead talking to Borussia Mönchengladbach instead of Borussia Dortmund. They've got no damn idea what's going on. But yeah, I mean, the talks are going on, right? I mean, it's evident, and there are many sources that are talking about Haaland. So you cannot just come out here and deny everything. There are definitely talks. Just the thing is that you don't know it. So go out there and better know something. just talk to Jan Age Voitoft. He might tell you a couple of things. But then, yes, the thing is that Borussia Dortmund, just like you said, they try to do these things to show the importance of this player, right? And to show the importance that he has in this team, and the value, the transfer value, the market value, or the price tag should not go down, right? If they do not show the importance of this player, there is a probability that the bargaining factor goes high and the price factor comes low. So they're showing the importance of this player to keep the price tag just that high and not lower down and just accept no bargains at all. So this is quite expected from Borussia Dortmund, but from Liam Toomey, I mean, it's quite confusing. But then yes, there are definitely talks going on. So it'll be interesting to see how things unfolds in the coming days.
Yeah, man, 100%. Adrian Sheikh has just commented. I'll bring that up and then bring up Arnav's comment, which is quite interesting. I want to have a chat with Ishan about this. Adrian Sheikh is saying, Miz, could Chelsea be feeding info to the Athletic, trying to keep the news private? I don't know, maybe feeding false information just to confuse the fan base. I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, all I know that the Athletic is connected. They do have links internally from Chelsea, but lately some of their stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me, what they've been writing. Simon Johnson has written a few things about Rudiger and Reece James. I mean, apparently Pep Guardiola is interested in Reece James. I mean, if it's just an interest, fine. But there's no way Man City is going to get someone like Reece James. So I really don't understand where they're getting the news from, these Athletic people, which is quite strange. And now, obviously, this one where it's very funny that Athletic has not come up with a big article stating that this is on the way, X amount of money is being thrown around. It's all coming from Jan Age Fotoft and obviously some German publication. I rather believe, as I said, Jan Age in this matter because he's very close. Now, this one from Arnav. What's your opinion on Timo returning to form? If he does, do we need a striker then? Because this started because he wasn't scoring goals. Arnav, this is exactly what Ishan said a few days ago. The reason why we were in this mess about spending more money is because a player like Timo Werner wasn't putting the goals away. I think, Ishan, you said something around 19 big opportunities that he missed last season.
Chances. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Add another 19 goals to Timo Werner. I think we are close to challenging for the title with Man City then. Do you know what I mean?
He's got the golden boot, right? If he scored that 19 plus this 6. So he's
easily the golden boot. So, look, this is a big question. I mean, if his form turns around, I hope his form turns around. I truly hope. Can you imagine, Ishan, both Haaland and Timo Werner banging in the goals together? I could actually picture the way Leipzig played with Timo Werner and Poulsen. I could picture Haaland and Werner together, playing together. And then you have other players in and around them. But the thing is, I don't know, Ishan, what do you think? Do you think if Haaland comes, when Haaland, hopefully when, it's not if anymore, I'm going to say when from now on, I hope that this happens. When Haaland comes in, do you feel he improves Timo Werner's game as well?
100%. I mean, Timo Werner would be on a ledge because if Haaland comes in, Haaland definitely starts for majority part of the season, right? He's not there for warming bench. 150 million is not there for bench warming by any means. So Haaland is getting the maximum amount of gaming time, right? What happens to Timo Werner? He's on a ledge. He's just got one area. It is that one left wide position to hold there. And we've got many contenders even there itself. We've got the likes of Christian Pulisic and Callum Hudson-Odoi, let's say, who is there to grab that position. And if you don't play well, if you don't bang in goals, Thomas Tuchel will be very happy enough to just substitute you right in the 50th minute and bring in a Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi, and you won't be seen in the Chelsea squad for maybe a couple of months, right? So that's the thing. And then we know how Thomas Tuchel is strict with that. If you're not performing it, you're going back home. We've seen that. We've seen that with Callum Hudson-Odoi, right? We know how Tuchel envies Callum Hudson-Odoi, but then he didn't perform and he stayed on the bench and he was out for weeks, right? We didn't see him. So that's the thing. And then the thing is, Werner, the thing we all liked about Werner is that he finds a way to contribute to the team, right? He knows that he's not scoring, but then he knows how to contribute. Work rate,
pressing, he drops back in defense, assisting, clever runs, movement. His movement is good, man. His movement is really good.
Absolutely. The pace factor that he has, he's maybe probably the fastest guy in Chelsea, right? And also the amount of assists that he had last season, it's kind of difficult to make him, bench all the time. So again, but there are likes of so many players in our bench that they're already capable of doing things that he's been doing, right? So he'll definitely be a man on a ledge. But again, if he sees that Erling Haaland is there, not just gameplay wise, but also mentality wise, he'll be very much focused on the game and then to improve his game. It won't be anymore. I think so. It won't be any more of the fact that if you're not scoring but still staying because your work rate is good, that might be an exceptional case. But Haaland will be there to score the goals, and if you're not, contributing, making a good big mark, I think so you'll be on the bench. So he'll definitely be a man on a ledge, and I think so they'll help him. They'll motivate him to perform better, whichever game time he gets. So I really hope, fingers crossed, that at least what I hope to the least is that whichever the game time Timo Werner gets, whichever number of chances he gets, just don't miss those chances. That adds up to the toxicity that the fans try to give up, and also brings out a perception that you're not doing good. So doesn't matter if you get a 15 or 20 minutes one game, just don't miss the chance. So I would just pray that.
Yeah, man, I have to agree with you. A couple of things. Firstly, yeah, Haaland coming in will improve everyone. Will improve Havertz. Will improve Mason Mount. Because you have an absolute lethal striker up front, and then when you combine all of these other attacking options, it will only lift the whole team. And Haaland is very quick. So with Timo and Haaland, we are just going to be such a pacey team that no teams will be even dared to dare, they wouldn't even dare to have a high line like Liverpool. Be careful. But I just saw this particular comment here. Hersey, I will come back to this particular comment. I just noticed this one, which is quite interesting. Chelsea from Zachary. Thank you so much for the comment. Chelsea should look to sell Werner if they get Haaland. Here's the thing, and I'll see what Ishan has to say about this as well. I don't think we should do that, but I said it last season. If Timo has the same season as he had last season, in this coming season where he keeps missing and he keeps missing, I don't think how we can back that. Do you know what I mean? If he has another season where he has 19 or 20 big opportunities missed, like some clear-cut open goal chances, I don't know how you can keep backing that. So I said it last season, it's his first season, so be it. Takes time to adapt. He even said it, it's very difficult. The whole pandemic was difficult as well, being away from family and all of that. I completely get that. But this season, that particular thing will not fly anymore. You will have to put it away. The very first opportunity where you fluff and it's an absolute clean chance, a clear-cut chance, and you fluffed it, I'm telling you, the fan base will be coming after him, and the media will be coming after him. And how he handles himself mentally from that is going to be something to be seen. But Ishan, what's your thoughts? If Timo Werner again has the same season as last season, in the coming season, I mean, can we continue with that?
Yeah, before I say something, 220 of you guys watching the stream, just hit the smash button. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the smash button.
Take a moment right now and click that like button straight away. It's a one simple click, 222 of you guys. Let's do it.
Yeah, so coming on to the point, I think so. First of all, I'll take chat if you allow me, Miss. Is that one guy said that are the Chelsea fans ready to tackle the disappointment if Haaland does not click in Chelsea? So I would like to say,
big question.
But the thing is, first of all, would the other fans be happy if Chelsea signed Haaland? No, right? So we'll be happy enough to keep him, for 3-4 seasons and wait for him to click. We all know what calibrated player he is, and he has that mindset to develop and to improve. So
if we've been patient with Timo Werner, if we've given Timo Werner one season, we've given Ziyech another season, and so on and so forth, we have to be patient with Haaland as well, right?
If we can be patient with the likes of Morata, Bakayoko, and what else I want to say? How can you
drink water?
Oh shit! Drink water, and how do you expect us not to be patient with Erling Haaland? I mean, that's a secondary thought. Let's just Chelsea sign Erling Haaland, then I'll address this question back again later. But then yes, coming back to your question, I agree with you. Just imagine, Miss. Just imagine if instead of Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham would have missed those chances. I mean, I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine the way fans would have abused him, and all those things coming back again to him. He would have gone, he would have been depressed badly, man. If Tammy Abraham would have been on the receiving end and he would have missed so many chances. I remember, remember as well, Tammy Abraham missed a penalty in the Super Cup, if I'm not wrong. The year
against Liverpool.
We won. Yeah, he missed a penalty, and I remember the way people abused that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Racism was at its peak. Racism was at its peak.
At its peak, and I was, even I was disappointed. Yeah, but then after looking at those racist comments, I was like, It's good you miss 5 times more. Let these guys come back again, man. It's just their work. These guys are worms and nothing else. They hide under the stone and then come back again just to spit shit and nothing else, right? But then yes, the point of the matter is if Tammy Abraham would have missed those chances that Werner has missed, I'm not sure what I can say regarding that. But then yes, talking about Timo Werner, I'm thankful that fans are supporting him. Fans were there to support him when he was having bad times, and then fans were really happy when he scored and when he was trying to find his feet at the later stages of the season. So I was really happy for that. But then again, just like you said, if we get Haaland next season, and when we get Haaland next season, we already have that goal scorer, and we also have many goal scorers with the likes of Mount and Havertz and Ziyech in our team. If Tammy does not score, Timo Werner doesn't score, I think so he's getting axed next transfer season. I won't be surprised.
I have to agree. I like this comment from Declared. Werner hasn't been playing through the middle where Haaland would play. Werner plays along a striker, which he does a lot more than just scoring. Exactly. Because with Leipzig, he's generally played with Poulsen or whoever else was up front for them. And his game becomes elevated, like much better. With another striker. That's why Timo Werner was never a lone striker up front. Erling Haaland can play as a lone striker because he just has that physique and that whole thing. And for Dortmund, generally, that's what he does. But someone like Haaland and Timo, it could just be electric. It could be very electric. I want to bring this up. Ibong, my man, I love seeing you in my live chat. I love it. But we always clash heads, which is good because this is the other side of the coin. So obviously we have this side and then that side, and you always bring the other side of the coin, which is brilliant. Ibong's saying, patient with 175 million player, low. Look, and I'll see what Ishan has to say about this. The price tag, is that Haaland's fault? I mean, is the 175 million Haaland's fault? His only fault is that he's talented. He's such a talented player. That's his fault. That's his fault. The price tag is not something that Haaland is actually placing on himself. That's what the club values him. So I'm not going to hold Haaland on a knife edge that, I can't be patient with you. You cost me 175 million. I mean, I'm buying Haaland for a particular skill set that is, a lot of people are saying it as generational.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? This guy has the quickest, I think, quickest 15 goals or quickest 10 goals in the Champions League at the age of 19. No other player has done it in that manner. Something like that, 15 goals or 20 goals, the quickest in the Champions League. So that's one thing. You look at his physique, his running ability. I still remember what he did against Sevilla in the Champions League last season. He absolutely brutalized Sevilla. I know you're going to say, but we did as well. But Miz, Giroud brutalized Sevilla. I get that. I know what you mean. But, Sevilla in that particular second round, they're not a rubbish team. Some of the teams in Bundesliga that Haaland has played, they're not all rubbish teams. They're very, very good team. You got to look at the skill set. You got to look at his conversion rate. His conversion rate is insane. So, look, whether that happens in Chelsea, I don't know straight away. It may not, because the Premier League is ruthless. But we still do need to stay patient. You can't expect Ishan, you can't expect a 20-year-old to come to a different country and just work the magic.
It's surprising how people, buy patience with money. Are we buying patience for 175 million, or are we selling patience with 175 million as well? No, right? I mean, what has patience to do with the price tag? I understand the fan base are going to be like, oh, come on, he's been the record signing 175 million or 150 million, whatever it is, and he's not scoring. It's going to be like that. It is expected to be like that. One single miss from Erling Haaland will have newspaper headlines that a 150 million guy, or the record signing, Chelsea's record signing, fails to score or misses a sitter. There are going to be headlines, and we all know that. but there has to be patience. I mean, come on, what are you saying? That we're not going to be patient with 175 million player? Then what do you want to say? One bad season and we're going to sell him after buying for 150 or 175 million? Bullshit. I mean, come on. We're buying him for 5-6 seasons or maybe 7 seasons. Just like Miss said, he's got the generational talent tag. He's done things at so less age that we don't actually see from the others.
Yeah.
He is a talent, and we need to wait for that. He's human after all. He's not God. That he'll come and slap goals left, right, center, 50 goals a season. Are you mad? That's not going to happen. And I know this is going to happen, Miss. If we sign Haaland for 150 or 175 million next season, one single miss.
Bro, if he's not scoring a hat-trick every game, sack him straight away.
Sack him. Haaland out. That's going to be the thing. And that's how impatient people are. And that's what we are telling you here, that we need to be patient. And the club is going to be patient. The club is not fool enough that they're spending 150, 175 million and saying that, oh, you've missed this chance in your first game. You're not going to start. Guess what? We're selling you in the winter window. That's not going to happen. Come on, man. We have to be patient. You know, it has to be the opposite. If you're buying a generational talent for that much money, we have to be more patient with that. We have to be more understandable. That, listen, this is a guy who can do laurels to our team. But if you did not click for maybe a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it's fine. Give him the time. He'll come back stronger. So that's the different case later on. But first of all, let's sign Erling Haaland, man.
Exactly. First, let's sign him. This is a really good comment from the Beautiful Game. Thank you so much for joining, my man, Beautiful Game. Really appreciate this. 9 goals in one game as a kid when Raiola signed him. I didn't know that. Thank you so much for that information. I mean, that just shows that Raiola is a super scout as well. That's what it tells me. But, Raiola must have seen a freak of nature as a kid, that this kid scoring 9 goals took him under his wings, and now this is where we are. So, look, as many has said, and as Ishan has said, and I'm saying as well, there is an element of being patient. You have to be. Haaland is a young boy still moving into a different country. I have no doubts his skills will ensure we get all the goals, but there will be some form of adaptation time. And as Ishan said, they're kids. He's not a god. Like, to me, he's a kid. So we will have to be very, very patient.
There are talks that the people are saying that you don't listen or follow the UK press, then it's all about the club. It's not all about the club. It's all about the press and fans. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And that's exactly what Miz is saying. One miss, there'll be newspaper headlines about Erling Haaland, that he's missing chances and he's a fail and whatnot. And that's exactly what I'm saying, that you should be avoiding those things. He's a talent. We know that. We do not need to believe the press. You just believe on your eyes and whatever you've seen regarding this guy. Let's not believe in all those shit about the cancel culture and just one miss, one season wonder, all those stuffs. Come on, man. You should believe on your instincts, on your belief, on your eye test. That's the best thing, how you can believe in yourself. And if I know the press, we all know that, right? The press is going to come out and say that even if he misses a chance or has a bad game, it's going to be shambles from the press's side. And that's exactly what I'm saying, that we need you need to avoid that, and you need to believe in yourself.
He's gonna have games where he won't score. He will. He didn't score against Man City in the Champions League, so both the legs, 2 legs, and he didn't score against Man City. Now what does that mean? He's not worth it.
Haaland out.
Haaland's not worth it. This, that, whatnot. Look, I've said it in my channel as well, that there's 3 top strikers. Yeah, you can say Lewandowski, but that was never going to happen to Chelsea. There's 3 top strikers that Chelsea were really linked with in this summer. That was Haaland, Lukaku, and Harry Kane. Lukaku pretty much said he's not coming. And on top of that, Lukaku, personally, I don't think Lukaku's a bad player. I think he's a phenomenal player. Very, very good player. But there's a lot more upside for Haaland, being young, unbelievable talent, generational, as many are saying as well. So there is that whole thing there. Yes, there's the whole argument that you can have about Mino Raiola. exit clause and this and that and whatnot. I get that, but massive upsides with Haaland as opposed to Lukaku. Harry Kane is one I would have absolutely loved in our club. But then Harry Kane does have injury issues that we need to. I don't think Harry Kane has played a full season. Isham, do you remember? Has Harry Kane played a full season?
He's had injuries every single season, if I remember.
Every single season.
Yeah.
Every single season. So
And
I
it's
don't
not
remember.
that Harry Kane and the likes of Robert Lewandowski hasn't had bad phases in their life. They're 28 or 27, their age right now. And when they were in Haaland's age, nobody even considered them.
They didn't even.
Yeah.
No one even knew about them. Do you know what I mean?
Nobody knew about them, and especially with Lewandowski, he's outshone and come in front of the world after he's been after 24, 25, right? So in the later stage of his 20s, he's been up there. Even Harry Kane, nobody knew when he was at age 20. People know Haaland, and that's a huge thing, read the super chat, miss.
Yeah, I want to read this. Phantom on Many Topics, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. You're a massive, massive supporter of this channel. I do appreciate this. Phantom of Many Topics actually watches Dortmund. He's actually half Dortmund fan. He's a Chelsea fan and a Dortmund fan, so he actually knows a lot about this. Haaland had 7 games without a goal during 2 games of no goals versus Man City. Don't be so sure this boy is better than Lukaku, Lewandowski, Kane. This is the thing, Phantom of Topics. This is my perspective. We are judging a young boy against Lukaku, Lewandowski, and Kane, who are seasoned pros. They're absolute seasoned pros. Lukaku, Lewandowski, and Kane are in their prime of their situation right now. Would I want any of them? 100%. All of the options, Lukaku, Lewandowski, Kane, fantastic. Would be brilliant. But I think what is happening here is that Chelsea sees Haaland as someone they can hopefully keep for a while. He does have a lot of upside. Even if Haaland plays 3 seasons with us or 4, whatever, and then thinks about leaving to another club, he'll only be 24 max. And he will still have massive resale value. Now, you may ask the question, well, Miz, who's going to buy him? Who is out there that can buy him? 4 years is a long time. Hopefully financial situation changes, but I can already name to you, PSG will be a particular contender. They always have the money, as long as they have the Qatari owner. Man City with their, Abu Dhabi owner or Dubai owner. Real Madrid are not going to be in the shackles forever. They will come back to their Galactico ways. They will come back and spend. This is a team that used to have Zidane, Beckham, Roberto Carlos, Raul, Figo, all in the one team, in the one. Ronaldo, the R9 Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo. R9. They had all of this in the one team. So, that's the difference. They see a lot of upside with Haaland, and that's the thing.
Even Bayern Munich, right?
Even Bayern Munich, you never know. Bayern Munich could be like, oh, we want this particular player. So you never know what can happen in X amount of years' time. So, that's a little bit about that. All right, we're going to start wrapping things up. We have been streaming for more than an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, look, in summary, the news that's been floating around, just to recap everything for you guys, 253 people. First of all, guys, before we recap, smash the like button. Absolutely take it off the roof. Get all the way to 200 likes if you can. As I said, helps the channel out, helps the video out, exposes it to more other Chelsea fans. And you guys are here on a regular basis with us, enjoying the Chelsea content, enjoying the transfer news together. And as I said, the channel is on the way to 6,000 subscribers. So if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well, which is very important, and smash the like button. Now, to recap, is basically Erling Haaland. He was asked today when he was just, whether it was coming in from training or going out from training, I'm not sure, from one of the German journalists, that Erling, are you staying at Dortmund? He stopped for a moment, he paused for a moment, then he grinned and he walked away. He didn't say anything. So, I'm thinking, if you're so inclined to stay, you would have said that I am staying. I'm committed to Borussia Dortmund. I feel like it's not. he is moving. Few people have been saying he's been training by himself. That could be another indication where he just trains, just maintaining his fitness, doesn't want to get into whole sort of team sort of activities and get himself injured and whatnot. Just doing his own little training by himself. And then there's also rumors that's been circulating that apparently, Roman Abramovich has sanctioned for the money to be released. So we should be seeing something, happening hopefully within the next couple of weeks at least, or by the end of this month. The other news that we talked about was Tammy Abraham, ex-West Ham employee, which is a very, very well-known Twitter account who's very connected with West Ham and Chelsea news, absolutely connected, in the know, broke the Edouard Mendy news and many other stuff that he's been breaking for Chelsea, said that West Ham are very, very interested in Tammy Abraham. They're going to place a bid over the next couple of weeks, and this is probably going to happen. And I think this could be a bigger sort of situation around the whole Declan Rice thing. I think something could be happening there. I want to read this super chat. Declare, thank you so much. Once again, another massive, massive supporter of the channel. I'm an Inter fan. Haaland is better than a peak Lukaku. Haaland has a better goal stats than Lukaku. Lukaku is notorious to go missing in big games. There you go. Someone who watches Inter Milan, and given that perspective. Look, at the end of the day, we all have different perspectives. So it is what it is. We just need to respect each other's perspective, and we all see the game differently. Before we go, Ishan, anything you want to add before we wrap things up?
There's a comment by Brent Smith. Just bring that up. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. Hit the smash button.
Hit the smash button. Hit the smash button.
What else can I say? Fabrizio Romano light version is going to be back again soon.
By the way, Ishan's right. Everyone, if you guys going to watch the Twitch stream for Fabrizio Romano, I think 6 p.m. Central Eastern European time. I'm sure Ishan's probably going to watch it. Comment below, whatever, when the stream is finished, comment below what the Twitch stream was about. Let me know. And then we can all talk about it tomorrow in the show, similar time, and any other sort of news that's been circulating around. I think I'm hearing something about Ruben Loftus-Cheek and a few other players that may be let go. So we may talk about that. Some players that have come back to training. I saw Ross Barkley. What's Ross Barkley doing still? So we may be able to talk about.
Costa, man, miss.
I know. I saw Zappacosta as well. Oh my God, man! What are some of these players doing? So maybe we could talk a little bit about that. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, take care and see ya. Smash the like button before you go and subscribe. See ya.